Right, year nines. So session number 5, I believe. Yep, session number 5. So quickly, I did post a video on Monday. I know it was a holiday, but there is a session there. I would encourage you to go and do that session, just so you get your 2 sessions done this week, or the lifting program sessions done this week. And by all means, feel free to do more than just the 2 sessions. If you want to do 3, I would encourage you to do that, and definitely go back through some of those earlier videos and have a go at some of those earlier sessions, because there's some really good technical instruction in there on those basic lifts. So that's really worthwhile if you go back and practice some of that stuff. But anyway, let's press on. So session number 5, I want you to do the ADP warm-up. I'm hoping you're getting pretty familiar with that now. I'm not going to walk you through it, just to save some time in this video, but just a reminder is the press up and twist, the back extension, the kneeling hamstring floss, and then the monkey squat, and we're doing 6 repetitions of each of those, and I want you to go through twice. And a reminder, if you don't know what those look like, there is an ADP warm-up video on this channel, so that'll walk you through those lifts, those movements, and you can do the warm-up there. Alright, otherwise straight into it. So we have got A1, A2 and A3 series to kick us off. So that's 3 exercises in the A series. First one is broad jump, second one is V-sit twist, and the third one is press-ups, and we're going for a military style press-up today. Cool. So broad jump looks like this. So you're going to aim for, well, I want you to jump for about 2 meters, or aiming to jump as far forward as you can. It is a jump that we would normally test at the start of the term, and then retest at the end of term to see the progress you have made with your ability to jump and be powerful and move quickly. So without further ado, it looks like this. So I want you to go hands on hips. You're going to bend down and you're going to jump forward as far as you can. You'll notice when I landed that I absorbed my landing with bent knees. I want you to do that too, because I want you to really stick and control that landing. So that is one. You'll then turn around. And do a broad jump on the way back. I want you to do 12 of those. So it's 1 forward, 2 back, 3, 4, so on and so forth until you hit 12 repetitions. And that is exercise A1. Okay, A2, V-sit twist. I'm going to use my drink bottle to aid in this exercise. So I'm going to sit and I'm going to create a V. So here's my V. There's my V shape. My feet are off the floor. I'm picking up my drink bottle. I'm keeping my legs as still as possible. They're not going to wobble side to side. As is with my upper body, nice and stable. Create this V shape. Bottle in 2 hands. I'm going to tap my bottle to my side, come over the top and to the other side. Tap, tap, tap. And I want you to do 12. So that's 6 each side. You might find that that's quite easy, so you need to add repetitions. If you want to add 2, 3 or 4 on each side, go for gold. That is just up to you and where you are at with those exercises. So that is exercise A2. I'll quickly just show you straight on. So I'm creating that V shape, feet are off the floor, holding my drink bottle, and I'm tap, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 12. That is exercise A2. Exercise A3. So we're going for a modified press up. This time we're going military. So military means we're going a little bit closer in with our hand spacing. So typically I would go there for a press up. This time I'm going to walk them in, so my hands are directly under my shoulders. I'm going to do a modified version of this push up, so my knees are down. My elbows are going to point straight backwards as I lower down. So you can see my elbows are tucked into my sides, and I'm going straight back up. All the way down, chest just hovers above the floor, and up. I'll show you the side on version. So my knees are flat, we're doing it modified. My hands are nice and close. I'm controlling the movement down, my elbows are tucked in, and I'm pushing up. So just to make sure your hands are in the right space, if you lie flat down, my hands should be directly under my shoulders. And that's where they stay. And these elbows, they don't flare out, they stay in when I do my push-up. Cool, so those are the 3 exercises that make up the A series. So quickly to go over those again, the broad jump, so big 2-footed jump for distance, turn around, come back, you're going to do 12 of those. The V-sit twist, making that V shape with your body, feet and legs nice and still, and twisting side to side. A2, I want you to do 12 of those, and then press ups the military again, 12. I want you to do 3 rounds of that, or 3 sets of each, and that's the A series. So go and hit pause now, go to do that A series, and then come back for the B. Okay, so B series today, we have B1 is a lunge, B2 a dynamic plank, and B3 a donkey kicks. Right, so lunge, so many of you have probably done this. There's many different variations of a lunge. Today we're just going to do a simple forward lunge, and that's going to look like this. So I want you to go hands on hips for this one. I want you to step forward, make sure you take a good wide step, so at least 1 meter. And I want you to press in and then push back. We're going to alternate, so that was my right, now my left, right, left. Common fault when you do this, so as you lunge out, I don't want your knee to go forward. I want you to lunge out and go straight down. So my knee is not going to do this. As I do my lunge, I'm going to step out and then go straight down and up. Cool, so at the front again, looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. And we're going to do 12 of those. So it'll be 6 on each side, but if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, that'll make up your 12 reps for B1, which is the lunge. Okay, so B2, dynamic plank. Again, we're going to do modified version of this. If you're capable of going from your feet, you can go to that level, that's fine, but I'll leave it up to you to make that call. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds, or repeat this for 30 seconds. You're going to start traditional plank, elbows and hands clasping together, make a fist, top fingers, whatever you want. Then you're going to push up, hand, hand, back down, elbow, elbow, hand, hand, elbow, elbow, hand, hand, elbow, elbow. And I want you to do that repeatedly for 30 seconds. Now, if you're capable of going from your feet and doing that from your feet, by all means, get into that. But going from your knees, I would encourage you to have a go at that first, because I'd rather that you did the exercise properly and you were nice and stable and strong through your core through the entire 30 seconds, then cheat your way through the full version without doing it properly. So 30 seconds, like I said, with that dynamic plank, and that is B2. Rightio, so B3 is the donkey kick. All fours. Nice strong platform, so I'm engaging my core. I've got my hands in sort of press up position. My knees are about hip width apart. Just move my items there. Sorry. So good strong platform on all fours. I'm going to shoot my heel straight back up and behind me. My heel is going to go straight to the ceiling, and I'm going to use my glute to initiate that movement. All the way up until my knee is in line with my hips, and then back down. Up again. Cool, and I'm going to do 12. So just do all the repetitions on one side. That was my left leg, so I'll do 12 on my left, and then go onto my right and do 12. Make sure you stay as stable and as strong as possible. I don't want you rocking and rolling when you take your knee off the floor. So you really need to engage your core, squeeze that glute, and you'll figure it out pretty quickly when you do that at home, the muscles that we're trying to isolate in that movement. So just to go back through that quickly, the B series. So B1 was the lunge. Hands on hips, lunging forward. We're going to alternate left leg, then right leg. When you do it, make sure that knee's not traveling forward over the toes, that you lunge out and then you go straight down. Go side onto a mirror if you're not sure about what your form looks like I've said in the other videos, or get someone at home to have a look, or again film it. Really key that we don't put a lot of stress through your knee by sinking straight forward. So that's the lunge. We're going to do 12. The dynamic plank, elbows, hands. Now do feel free, so I'll give you a side on. So when we're doing it, really controlled, really squeeze your core. I'm not just thinking about my upper body and racing through. I want it nice and controlled and slow movements. So do the first one definitely from your knees. It is quite a challenging exercise from your knees if you're doing it correctly. However, if you do find that that's not challenging enough and you want to try the next level, feel free to go from your feet. But again, it's got to be slow, it's got to be controlled, and you've got to really engage your core and your glutes. 30 seconds is a long time, so you will fatigue relatively fast. So make sure you're really competent at that first level from your knees before you decide to progress from your feet. So that is B2, and then B3, sorry, and that was for 30 seconds. And then B3 is the donkey kicks, where we're on all fours, nice and stable, nice and strong, no wobble, no rocking and rolling, and I'm shooting my heel straight up to the ceiling, and my knees in line with my hips, and then control back down, all the way up to the ceiling, back down. I'm going to do 12 on my left, 12 on my right. That is the B series. I want you to do that 3 times. And don't rush through these movements, okay? It's not a race. Take your time, think about what you're doing. Every rep counts, so give it some thought and some consideration. Rightio. So B series, our little fast-paced circuit to finish. As I've always said with these, a really good way to finish a session and get your heart rate elevated, your lungs working. Really easy way to maintain levels of fitness. Certainly doing the 20-minute home WODs that I filmed earlier that are on this channel have really helped me to maintain my fitness level and in some regard improved it. Really short, sharp, but quite difficult efforts, but really rewarding once you're finished and you really feel good after doing it. So like the 20-minute sessions, the other videos that I've got, really attack these 10-minute finishes on these workouts, and because they are really beneficial. Right, so like always, we've got three exercises to do. We're going to do them continuously for 10 minutes, and you're going to do as many rounds as possible. Again, so this is quite a lot quicker than how we would do the A and the B series. However, I don't want you to race through it and forget about what you're trying to achieve, and the movements aren't as good as they should be because of that. So C1, you will need, I'm going to use my drink bottle again. Doesn't have to be anything, it's just a line or a small object to place in the middle of the floor. We're going to do a burpee with a lateral transition. So that is going to look like this. I'm going to do 1 burpee, then I'm going to jump over, do my next one. There's 2, jump over, 3, jump over, 4 to 10 repetitions. Sorry, I forgot to mention that this is a different rep scheme. So we're going 10 burpees. Next exercise we're doing 20, which is star jumps. So a real classic exercise. Had these in the other ones. Nice and quick. Feel light on your feet. You're going to do 20 star jumps. Then we're going to go to a 30 rep exercise, which is high knees. So running on the spot with high knees for 30. So slightly different, but still 3 exercises for 10 minutes, but the reps go 10 for the burpees, 20 for the star jumps, and then lastly 30 for the high knees. Cool. So when you're ready, have a sip of your water, start your stopwatch. You're going all in for 10 minutes, 10 burpees with the lateral transition side to side. So that goes 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10. Star jumps, nice and easy, fast on your feet for 20, and then high knees on the spot for 30. And that is 1 for each leg. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 30. Enjoy, and I'll see you next week for another video. Cheers, fellas.